So Conor McGregor's not fought in a while, right? And it's come to question if he's actually even gonna compete again. Because he's obviously talking about Michael Chandler, and he made a video about how he was gonna fight at UFC 300 at 185 pounds, and obviously that's a lie because Conor, despite his weight gain, I don't think he could even make 185 if his life depended on it, like really and truly. And Michael Chandler too. Michael Chandler's framing for 155 is small enough, so imagine him going up to 185 or even 170. Like, neither of these fighters belong at 170. Michael Chandler's what, 5'6", 5'7", and Conor McGregor's 5'9". And even for those heights, middleweight is small. Look at Kelvin Gastelum, for example. He was 185, and he was a decent 185er before, obviously, the Izzy downfall, you know, when he fought Izzy and then he fell back down, obviously, after that fight. And it was a war, so I don't blame Kelvin for falling off like that. But even at 185, Kelvin Gastelum never belonged there, and he was the same height as Conor McGregor. But naturally, I think Kelvin's a bigger guy. That being said, this is why I think this fight should happen at 170, or realistically, it should be happening at 155, right? Nowhere near 185. So, part of the reason for me believing that this fight isn't going to happen and McGregor isn't even coming back, because he keeps on making jokes about it, memes about it. I don't think he's actually serious about coming back, because he keeps on teasing his return. And even for after the Khabib fight, right, he was doing the same thing almost, but not to this level where he was prolonging this date. And I'm aware that it's not his fault entirely, but even then, like, he still keeps on teasing his return, as he did for 2019 when he wasted basically his entire career. I feel like 2019 was the downfall of Conor McGregor. That was when he didn't compete and it was just partying. Again, it's his life. He can do what he wants, right? I don't really believe that Conor McGregor will be back, or he won't be back in the same form. Not even when he fought Dustin for the third time. I don't think he'll be as good as that. He's not fought in a while. It's been 2-3 years nearly since he's fought. The last time he fought was in 2021, if I'm not mistaken, right? Against Dustin the third time again. So I don't think it would even happen. And that fight, Conor pretty much got destroyed. I don't think he would have come back from that either, because, you know, Conor's best round is the first and second, and he got smashed in those. But who knows? I don't think that's fair to say, but even then, you know, I just don't really have that much faith in Conor as of recent. And I'm a close Conor fan. Like, I watch every single one of his fights from here and there. So it's kind of hard for me to say that, but again, it's reality. So when it comes to things like this, you kind of have to accept what's real and what's not. Like, this fairy tale of Conor McGregor coming back, his 2016 self, from the Eddie Alvarez fight, from his prime, and even competing to the top level, like, it's just not gonna happen, you know what I mean? I don't think Conor McGregor is gonna be back for a while, and even then, they're saying June. Now, I don't know why it's so far into the year, like the middle of the year even. Like, that's absurd. And by that time, it's definitely gonna be 3 years since Conor's fought Dustin Poirier, which is his last fight, right? So imagine that, one win in 8 or 7 years, and you're competing against Michael Chandler, a killer in Michael Chandler, who's been fighting. I know it's been a year for Michael Chandler, right? He's not fought in a while too, because he's been waiting for Conor McGregor, but I think that was a mistake. He shouldn't have done that. Like, he should have just kept active, right? Just avoid, you know, the harsher fights until Conor McGregor comes back. So each time Michael Chandler fights and wins or even loses it, ups his stock, and then when he fights Conor, he could have, like, you know, this big fight. But obviously, Michael Chandler didn't expect McGregor to sit out and wait out, especially after the tough season, right? Which is a season that everyone forgot about. I definitely forgot about that. I forgot about Michael Chandler and Conor even competing in tough. And they were meant to fight after that, but I have no idea what happened. Oh yeah, it was USADA, I think. It was USADA. But anyway, going back to Conor McGregor and coming back, right, to the sport of MMA, I don't think it's going to happen, lads. Might as well just let it go. And if he comes back, he's probably going to get destroyed because he's not been competing as a reason. Which is a shame, because I feel like Michael Chandler was tailor-made for Conor, right? Conor's like a sharpshooter. He catches people with the left hand. Michael Chandler's best strike is the overhand, right? So you can imagine Michael Chandler, you know, just coming in with leaping in with an overhand, and then Conor just countering him. But obviously, this is just like fairy tale. I mean, this is just like fairy tale fantasy shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna happen. So yeah, that's why I think of Conor McGregor as of recent. Honestly, his downfall's kind of sad, but it's entirely his fault. Almost entirely his fault. I know the UFC's held him off for quite a bit. He definitely had the biggest factor as to why he's been doing so badly in the UFC and MMA in general, right? So yeah, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoy. Sorry for the long break. I'll be back with the regular videos now, and take care.